The great thing about making up these cards is you really don't need much equipment at all, and most of it you'll probably have lying around the house. So let's start by looking at the glues. Now there's different types available. Because we're working with children, it's obviously best to use ones that are safe for them. I quite favour these glue pens. They work very, very well and are simple to use. The other thing is the PVA glue, the white glue. That's very good. The only problem is it just takes longer for drying, and the results aren't as instant as something like this, where you can be making and seeing the results in seconds because it dries. The other thing is a clear glue, a very strong glue used for paper like this, and they sell them now solvent free. They're permanent glues, but they are a bit sticky and stringy. They do a good job, but you know, maybe with kids you can get a bit messy with those. So if you can, I would favour one of the glue pens. That gives you the most instant result when you're gluing. Now for cutting everything out, just a pair of scissors will do for everything. The beauty of this is you don't have to be that accurate with your cutting out. There's a nice line around all the images, so it doesn't matter how wobbly the cutting is, it's still going to look fantastic. Again, you might want to use the rounded scissors with the younger kids as well. So that's all you need, a good pair of scissors. And to actually make the cards themselves, you just need to print onto what we call the stock or the card, and that just has to be at least about 210 GSM, which in card terms is very, very light, but these mechanisms will still work beautifully on that. So those can be got at most stationaries if you need to get hold of the card, so you don't have to get the really, really thick stuff. And you want it to go through your DeskJet printer as well. Now here's a handy hint. What I tend to do is just one piece of card. I print the cover out, turn it over, and then just print the inside. And I've got it all on my one piece of card. Remember, your cover's text editable, so you can change the text before you print it. And then you're just ready to go. And then you need to just cut out all the elements. The next thing you can do is cut out the mechanisms. Now the beauty of this is you don't have to be too accurate with the cutting out if you can't quite follow the black line, and most kids it'll be a wee bit raggedy, but don't worry too much. When you've cut it out, we need to fold all of this. Now you can use a scoring tool, which is a little tool with a ball on the end. You're probably not likely to have that around the house. If you have, fantastic. The other thing is just to use a ruler. If they just put the ruler up to the edge there, and then they can just pull it over like that. Or if you've got two rulers, you can slip another ruler in underneath this one and pull it up as well. And that's quite a good technique to use. And just pop that in under there. Even a pen, I'll just bring up a biro. You can use that under there and just so line up with the ruler just to the edge of the black line and pull a pen in underneath like so. That just pulls it up, and you can crease that. The accuracy of the lines, well, as accurate as you can be. It doesn't have to be too great, but it'll just help the mechanisms work better. I've designed this with plenty of play in it. Now once you've done one crease there, we need to just come back and fold back down the other side there like so, because these boxes will open and work that way. And there you go, that's your basic folds. Now you'll notice the grey panel's shorter. This allows for plenty of sort of miscutting and non-alignment to make sure everything works for you. Okay, so those are the basic bits of equipment that we need. Just bring those back in. It's not a great deal, it's very simple to make. I think the beauty of this is that the kids have free rein, as it were, in cutting everything out. Now if you've watched the CD, you'll notice that most of the mechanisms sit roughly in the middle, if anything just a wee bit down. There are no markings on here, because most of it's just so fairly straightforward. Just plop it anywhere in the middle that you want with the single floating layers. It's only when you come to the double ones, like the princess one here and the knight, that you have to make sure you don't put the mechanism too high up, or else obviously it would show beyond the card. But you know what, it wouldn't be the end of the world if that happened. But that's just to let you know that there isn't a guideline per se here. So it's just a case of lining up and measuring a little bit. Now, so the beauty of all the elements here is that there's a line around them. So when you're cutting them out, it really is just try and follow the line, and the kids will have fun. It doesn't matter if they go beyond or below. It's going to look really nice as they cut it out. It's nice and simple. It can all be done with scissors as well.